Hello, everyone. Throughout the years, I've watched Walking Dead. Big fan of the show. It ended with one question: whatever happened to Rick and Michonne? Finally, they introduced a small series called "The Ones That We Are the Ones That Live." And the very first episode premiered tonight. It was all about Rick. Whatever happened to Rick from that bridge explosion, where people thought he died when he washed up on shore. Jadis, the leader of the dumpster people, took him on a chopper that had that free circle symbol on it, which you find out from Fear the Walking Dead. It's called the CRM. And they're people not to mess with. Rick is at the city. He's alive and well. He's basically there kind of like living his life. Because you find out you can't leave the city once you get there. You can't. There's two rules. One, can't leave the city. Two, if they find survivors that you know, like loved ones and that, they're not allowed to come into the city at all. It's just the rule that this military force has, the CRM enforces. So Rick has tried for 5 years. He's been there. He has tried 5 times to escape the place. And each time he gets recaptured. And every time he gets punished for it. Like he's thrown in a cell or he's kept under confinement, like an apartment complex where soldiers watch him 24/7 so he can't try to escape. There's two classified group of people, A's and B's. B's are people that are easy to fall in line, do what the soldiers tell them to do, basically kill walkers, keep the streets clean, fall in line. A's are people that are not worthy to be in the city because they're leadership quantity type. They're ones that are easy to cause mischief, cause trouble, try to rebel, take over the military. The military at the city basically has a huge operation going on. They expanded their cities to Omaha and Portland, the military groups, the faction of them there, and they find out in the end of the episode something that they're doing which Rick does not agree with. Rick was saved and kept there by this general. His name is so hard to pronounce, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. He sees something in Rick. That's why he keeps Rick around. But every time Rick tries to escape, he's questioned by his leader, played by the actor Terry O'Quinn. In case you ever watched the TV series Lost, he's the one that plays Locke, the bald-headed guy in the wheelchair. He plays the main CRM military leader of all the military around the world. He asks that general, why you keep Rick around? He's an A, he should be eliminated or banished from the city. And the general says, I could change his ways. Rick meets this girl named Thorne and this guy named Garcia. They become close friends throughout the years he's in the city. Thorne has tried 4 times himself to escape, but has been recaptured. Garcia not once has tried to escape. He loves living in this city. He understands, hey, if I gotta do shitty janitor work, stuff like that, to stay alive, that's what I'm gonna do. One time, it shows a mission. Rick and them are taken out by helicopter with soldiers, and they have to kill walkers that are coming at the city perimeter, and Rick escapes. He gets recaptured, but in doing so, he loses his hand in the process. So the general guy that likes him refits him with like a metal hand cast. Rick asks him like, why? Why do you constantly, keep me around here? You know I'm a troublemaker. And he tells Rick and Thorne one evening, while they're out on patrol, that, look, he said, the CRM shouldn't just take certain people in and eliminate the other people they don't deem survivable or a risk factor. The CRM should be keeping everyone that's left in the world alive. He said, there's stuff that the CRM does that you will not like. He tells them one of the things they do, and then they see it on TV. For instance, where they expanded the military faction to this place in Omaha, city Omaha, there was 90,000 survivors there, they found. They wiped out most of the survivors with military strikes. They covered up saying there was an explosion. And Rick and Thorne are shocked at seeing this, and the general says that way the CRM could swoop in, pretend they save people, rebuild the city in their image, and take it over as part of their faction. That's what they do. So Rick decides he's going to try to escape again. When's he going to learn? You can't escape, but it's Rick, right? He wants to get back to Daryl, Judith, Michonne, his loved ones. Rick don't even know he has a son named RJ. He don't even know that. Because last time we seen Rick, there was like a 10-year time gap, and Michonne was pregnant with Rick's son, RJ. So Rick don't even know he has a son. Every time Rick goes out on patrol with the other soldiers, he leaves messages behind, like notes, messages in bottles, cell phones where he draws pictures of Michonne, Judith, Daryl, people like that, hoping someone out there will find him and realize, holy shit, Rick's alive. We know Michonne finds one of the cell phones of a picture of her and Judith on a ship. That shows a flashback of how that got on the ship. Rick had escaped. The soldiers had surrounded him. He had thrown his backpack on that boat, which is the same boat that Virgil takes that leads him to Alexandria. So that's how that phone's found. So that was a cool flashback showing how that got on the boat. Rick tries to escape. He asks this Garcia for help. Garcia, like he said, hey, I'm cool with how the CRM is running things. I'll tell you how to escape this time. There's other way, but I'm not helping you. Foreign doesn't want to help either. What is abandoned subway stations underneath the city that the CRM does not patrol much of. So Rick goes to go down tunnel, escapes. He has it all planned out. He kills a walker that's all burned and everything. Puts his dog tags on the walker. He goes to escape. A bunch of walkers show up outside the city perimeter. And there's a ghoul amongst them. So Rick saves the ghoul because Rick does the right thing. Breaks her into the city. Foreign has seen all this going on. It was going to report him to Oba, saying, hey, again, Rick tried to escape, but she keeps it quiet. She meets Rick in his apartment, and she tells Rick, you gotta fall in line, man. You gotta give up on Michonne, Daryl, all of them. Even if you do find them, you can't bring them here, because that's one of the rules. We can't leave the city. You can't bring loved ones and friends here, because the CRM wants to keep it under their control. So she help the general that saved us, try to change the way how the CRM works from within the organization, within the military factions. So Rick decides, enough of trying to hide messages, cell phones out on patrol. He follows the role of being a bad guy. He doesn't like it, but he does it. Him and her basically help set up the military base in Omaha after they bombed it, stuff like that. Make sure everything's working smoothly there. He's falling in line. He even has his own squad of soldiers he leads now when they go out on patrol and stuff. And the episode ends with Rick flying the chopper with the general that saved him and his squad of soldiers. And suddenly, the chopper is attacked. Stuff's shooting at it. There's an explosion. The general gets shot with some kind of like metal spear thing that has like grenades and bombs attached to it. Blows the shit right out of him. He's dead. He ain't coming back. The chopper crashes. Rick gets out, and the surviving soldiers of his squad, he tells them, form the formation. We're under attack. They start shooting at... You don't even see who they're shooting at. They're just shooting at people. And people are throwing explosives and stuff. They wipe out basically all Rick's squad. Rick's the only one left, and as Warren walks up and knocks the helmet off of him, and he is, like, shocked who it is. And it's freaking Michonne, folks. Michonne says she is shocked that it's Rick. They're speechless. They don't know what to say. And that's how the episode ends. That was an awesome way to end it. So already they're reunited within, like, 6 years of being apart. Well, actually, 6+ years, considering the 10-year time jump. So technically, it's been 16 years since they've been apart. Rick has aged good. He doesn't even look old no more. He's just back to his old Rick self. So it looks like Michonne is leading this group of people that looks like they're against the CRM, because why else would they attack the choppers and blow people up? And what's she gonna do now that if she's finally found Rick? What's Rick gonna do now? Because he's given up trying to find Michonne on them and has become a loyal soldier of the CRM, trying to change it from within. But now that guy's dead, it's down to Rick and Ford doing it. So it's 2 against like hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Also, Rick can't take Michonne to that city because that's against the rules. So I can't wait till next Sunday to see what happens. They do show a clip. It shows Michonne ask Rick, where you been? And are you actually a part of this group, the CRM? So she knows about them. And Rick says, look, I don't got time to explain what's happened. Just follow my lead. And it shows choppers showing up, landing where Rick's chopper crashed. There's still a fight going on. Explosions happening. And Rick tells Michonne, you don't know me. I don't know you. You're going to be taken away. I'll explain things later. He says, also, I call them walkers. Don't call them walkers. Don't even look at me like you know me. That kind of look. And Michonne's all like, what the hell, right? And that's the clip they show. So next Sunday's episode is the Michonne's journey of her out there in the water by herself trying to find Rick. So that's going to be interesting, showing her side of the story of this basically 16 years looking for Rick out there by her own self. It says she has unexpected help, so it looks like she finds maybe this group of people that's against the CRM and what they stand for, it looks like. And holy shit, they can kick their asses with those explosive javelin spear things with explosives attached to them. There you have it, folks. If you haven't seen the episode yet, definitely check it out. It's worth it. It definitely answers a lot of questions people have been wondering. And Rick's tried 6 times to escape, and he's failed 6 times. Is Rick going to stay like a bad guy? Is he going to change his ways back to being a good guy? 100%. What Michonne's going to think when she finds out that Rick had given up trying to find them and tried to change the CRM to be a new, better CRM military faction instead of being the ruthless, aggressive one it's become. And I got a quick question. They go around, CRM does, finding cities of survivors and takes them over. What if, because they said that in the Daryl spinoff of the Daryl show with Daryl, Carol, and Paris, that it ties in with them finding Rick or Michonne. What if the CRM finds out that Paris has a bunch of survivors, a rebel military faction, and they go there to take it over, and Rick is the guy that leads the squad there, and they find Daryl? Or it did show a message in a bottle type of thing drifting in the water. Maybe Daryl finds that bottle and realizes Rick's alive that way. Somehow they got to tie it in, and they said they're going to tie it in somehow, and it's going to be really exciting how they do it. So I cannot wait to see how they tie that in. Let me know below, do you think that Rick and Michonne are going to cause trouble within the CRM? Are they going to change the way it should be to become the way they always wanted the place to be, which is save everyone, not just select few people? How is it going to fit in? Or Daryl and Carol in Paris? I cannot wait to find out. I'm already excited for next Sunday's episode, seeing Michonne's 15-year time jump journey trying to find Rick. And it looks like she's got like this samurai suit on and like a football helmet. That's kind of interesting. A samurai suit with a football helmet. That's cool. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.